Hey there, tennis fans. I'm Grace Carter, and this is Tennis Now, presented by Tennis Express. Tennis Express, order today, and it ships today. Sam Querrey could be in hot water after he fled Russia without observing a coronavirus quarantine. It seems that Sam traveled to Russia with his wife Abby and their 8-month-old son Ford to play the St. Petersburg Open. Well, prior to his first round match, all three tested positive for coronavirus, and Sam was pulled from the tournament. New York Times writer Ben Rothenberg reports the Querrey family was experiencing mild symptoms and they were required to quarantine for 14 days in their room at the Four Seasons Hotel in St. Petersburg. Here's where things got complicated. Sam got an unexpected call from Russian authorities who told him that a doctor would be visiting them and that doctor might force them to be hospitalized. Fearing a possible separation from their baby son in a foreign country where they don't speak the language, Sam reportedly booked a private jet and got out of Russia. Ben Rothenberg reports the Querrey family fled Russia on a flight away from authorities to a nearby country that did not require a negative COVID test for entry, and they are reportedly quarantining at an Airbnb. Now, obviously, this creates a problem for the ATP and for the tour, which is still planning the indoor Paris Masters and ATP Finals in London next month. Sam is the third high-profile player to test positive for the virus in the last week. David Goffin and Fabio Fognini also tested positive. The ATP has issued a terse statement saying it is aware of a serious breach of protocol and is taking this matter very seriously, and an investigation is underway. Now, repercussions are real for both Sam and the ATP. Think about it. The tour negotiates right-to-play agreements in each city where tournaments are staged. If governments lose faith in the tour's ability to follow coronavirus laws, some cities could opt out, and that, of course, could create a crumbling calendar amid the ongoing pandemic. As we tape today's news, it is still very early in the investigation, and we haven't heard yet from Sam Querrey. In fact, as of right now, we don't even know where Sam is, though clearly he's not in Russia, where he's supposed to be in quarantine. So what's next? Surely the ATP will have to get Sam's side of the story, and he could be facing some stiff punishment depending on the ruling. If the ATP rules that Querrey committed, quote, unsportsmanlike conduct under its COVID-19 protocol rules, he could face a fine and a suspension. If the tour rules that Querrey committed the more serious violation, which is major offense of conduct contrary to the integrity of the game, well, then the most severe punishment could be a fine of up to $100,000 and a suspension of up to 3 years. That would be the worst case scenario. Interesting subtext to this story. Following his first round French Open loss, Sam was asked if he felt safe traveling with his son, and he said yes, that his family was comfortable with it. He also said he realizes it's impossible to make a 100% safe bubble, so apparently he was willing to take the risk. So what's your take on this? Should the ATP drop the hammer? And did Sam act like the rules just didn't apply to him? Now, of course, we can all see Sam's side of the story. You're in a foreign country with your family. You're afraid you could be separated from your child. And then there's the question of traveling with a child during the pandemic. Was that the smartest thing to do? Let us know your thoughts in the comment section, and we'll keep you posted on the ATP's investigation. I'm Grace Carter. We'll see you next time.